This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back.
Real Talk.
Hey, this is Robin Lord Taylor, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real Talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chrissy DePaul here, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Michael Jai White.
Byron Min
from Black Dynamite.
And you're listening to Real Talk with the Director
on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? This is China Lane. You are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. So keep it locked, keep it hot. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Verduga, aka Justice Woman, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dennis White here on Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Tune in tonight and get the real.
Real Talk.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Six 646-595-4038. Once again, the number is 646-595-4038. Once again, the number is 646-595-4038. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I'm the Director. I'll be with you for the next 120 minutes or so. Real Talk is brought to you each and every Monday by Dollhouse Radio and Dea Morel. And we broadcast live via the World Wide Web on blogtalkradio.com and now coming on live stream, facebooklive.com. And we like to also thank the people joining us on YouTube Live. YouTubelive.com/DIE Network. Go and check us out if you want to see the stream. Get at us. Say what up. What's going on, peoples? How y'all doing? Everybody doing out there? All right, cool. Today is Monday. 27th? 27th. I got my glasses. And the year 2020. So, a lot of things to go over today. A lot of things we're going to go over, talk about. We lost, as usual, 2020 is rearing its ugly head. We lost some people. More people. As I'm going to make sure I send this link out to all my brothers so they can join in. Send the link in the room, brothers, so you guys can check it out. Kind of, I can send it to your phone, I think. If not, you can grab it in our chat room link. Our messenger group. So, once again, everybody, welcome back to Real Talk. this week was San Diego Comic-Con. So there's some stuff to talk about there. Also, well, not no also. There's really everything that we're talking about for the most part is going to be from there. So we do have another topic I did want to bring to the table, talk to my Jedi Council. Basically, the movie theaters, moviegoers, is the headline I was reading. Moviegoers are now campaigning and trying to get with NATO to get some relief funds to the movie theaters because they do not want to have to stop going to see movies. So they're hoping that, somehow we can help the movie theaters get through this pandemic. So we want to talk a little bit about that. See how everybody get a little heat check. See how everybody's feeling about that situation. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel yet, but I will definitely get back to it. But like we said, we got Comic-Con news from this year's Comic-Con. Some news on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's called Bill and Ted. What's it called? What's the new one called? I forget the name of the new one. But the new Bill and Ted 3, we'll call it that. I don't think I ever learned the subtitle to it. Some Justice League news, of course, every week that's gonna break. Walking Dead news, nothing too crazy, but we learned this at Comic-Con during the Walking Dead panel that executive producer Angela Kang confirmed that there will be the season finale will be airing in October, and there will be an extended season 10. So they're extending season 10, I believe, for 6 episodes. So, should be cool. A little redemption there, because, it's like, it's not their fault. They're going through the stuff that, they could shoot some things. And I, for one, to be honest with you, a lot of people jumped off the Walking Dead, but I, for one, was enjoying this season with the Whisperers. Since the Whisperers have come back in, it's made it more exciting. And they finally, spoiler alert, they finally let Negan out. So Negan's finally out of his cell. It was just like, you got Negan locked up for however many freaking seasons. He's locked in, supposedly locked away forever because of what he did. Instead of killing them to honor Rick's memory, they decided to just lock him up. Not really to honor Rick's memory, to honor Carl. To honor Carl's memory, they decide not to, they're not going to kill Negan. So they're going to lock him up forever and make him plant tomatoes and grow tomatoes. Well, that boy was growing, that dude was growing tomatoes for like 3 seasons straight. I said, boy, he's sure paying his dues right now. He letting them know, yo, man, you can't kill me. I grow the tomatoes. Which they talked about. That I stole that from Chris Hardwick. It actually came out funny when he said it, but it's the truth. And now finally, he's back to he's not back to being Negan that we all know and love to hate, and love to love, whatever. But he is, back to Negan. So a little bit, not the crazy. He's somewhat back. So I enjoy what they did this season. Angela Kang has done a good job since she's come on as the executive producer. She's brought it back to the horror roots. Speaking of horror, I was seeing that I read somewhere that Halloween, the new Halloween, which is called Halloween Kills. Yet another edition in the Halloween saga, the Michael Myers chapter, book, or whatever you want to call it. It's a Michael Myers Bible now. He's got so many chapters. I read somewhere that this will be Michael Myers versus the town of Haddonfield. Meaning, like, the entire town is finally going to stand up and be like, you know what? Maybe they're going to all kind of unite. They might be trying to do something with this. They might be trying to say something with this. They might be trying to be like, hey, let's do one of these, let's pull together type deal, and everyone pull together and finally defeat the evil. No one person can do it. Jamie Lee Curtis couldn't. Laurie Strode couldn't do it. Laurie Strode and her daughter couldn't do it. Laurie Strode and her daughter's daughter couldn't do it. Loomis couldn't do it. No one person can kill Michael Myers. So it takes a village. It takes a village. And that seems like that's going to be part of the element of Halloween Kills. They're probably going to all kind of band together and be like, we got to protect our kids. Something. I don't know. I just made that up. But I'm just saying. It's going to be something like that. So, we'll see. Me personally, I'd be like, yeah, I think I'll go visit my Aunt Carolyn down in Miami. I think that's what I'd be doing. Michael Myers is in Haddonfield, and I know about it, and I stayed it. I want to see how many black. I'm sorry, my white folks, my white friends. I want to see how many black people will do that in this movie. Like, Michael Myers is in town. We're gonna all go over to the Myers house. I can see them now with their torches and tiki torches and khaki pants. Hey, I'm gonna go over we're gonna go over to the Myers house. We're gonna burn it down. Michael Myers is back in town. He's not gonna take our children from us. That's like some Freddy Krueger shit. But the black person like, okay, I'll meet you there. That dude's on the bus going south. Or whatever, the next thing smoking, going south. Headed to, Miami, Florida. So I'm going to go where? He's in Haddonfield, Illinois. I'm going out here to Miami, Florida. Nice, far away. Send me a postcard. I'll send you a postcard if y'all still alive. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know what they're trying to do with it, but we'll see. And like I said, the moviegoers, probably one of the first things we'll lead with when I bring in my Jedi Council. See. So yeah, we're gonna bring up this first thing we'll lead with here, and we'll go from there. And also at Comic-Con, it's funny. The panel for Family Guy was hilarious, by the way. They read an episode. I don't know if this was an episode that never aired. I don't know if that's a tradition they do at Comic-Cons where they read episodes that never made the cut because, it might have been too, I don't know, too risque or whatever you want to call it. Just too much. It's too Seth MacFarlane. And they'll read this, they have like a table read. So this is the first Comic-Con at home. It's the first time that I've ever attended Comic-Con. Basically, the one in San Diego. It was free. It was at home. And, of course, it's different. It's nowhere near the experience of going to a Comic-Con. Any Comic-Con, for that matter. But I thought it was cool. that they gave it to us for free, and it was available. So it's all good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Family Guy panel. Like I said, they were just cracking me up. I tell you, man, that Ashton Kutcher, he is a lucky SOB. Because Mila Kunis is like, she wasn't even trying to look hot. She just hot. Crazy. I was like, wow. And but once again, like I said, Seth MacFarlane, that panel's so funny. Like even the dudes, even the producers of that show, they all are kind of funny. Like they were just talking and making wisecracks and jokes, and they're all kind of funny. Even the like the people who you wouldn't think are funny because they're producers, whatever. The writers, you obviously would think they're funny because they're writers. But a lot of time, MacFarlane is the writer. He has writers with him. But a lot of time, he does a lot of the writing and the concepts and stuff. But the producers that was on there was 2 producers only thing. And I thought they were pretty funny as well. So that panel went well. The Zack Snyder panel, I tell you, that was, I'm going to shout out the girls who ran that, I don't know what the name of their show was. It was 3 females, and they were running all week because it was the Justice Con they were doing, on Saturday and Sunday. And they had some good guests up there. They had Ray Fisher and Zack Snyder. I'm like, whoa. Zack Snyder was on there. And his wife came on, who's also a producer. She was on the next day. I think she was on with some other people. And I tell you, man, it was very insightful panel. Because you got to really hear everything from Zach's mouth. And also, shout out to Beyond the Trailer, Grace. She did her thing, too, with getting Zack Snyder on her show. And just kind of, because Grace, see, here's the difference now. This is definitely no disrespect to the young ladies. I give them credit, and I'm going to find out the name of this show and shout them out. But Grace is a journalist, you know what I mean? So she's going to ask Zach pretty much the questions that everybody want to hear. I think the girls, they were a little overwhelmed because like they showed a clip of the black suit Superman when he just comes back. He's got the black suit on. Yes, the black suit, people. You heard it right here. You heard it correctly. I'm sure you've seen it by now. Also, Zach confirmed with them. I don't know if he confirmed this with Grace. Kev might know. He confirmed with them that there will not be 1 second, not even 1/10 of a second. There will not be 1/10 of a frame of a second of a millisecond of Whedon footage in this cut, which we kind of all figured that. But it goes to show you how much was really reshot for Justice League. So Zach's like, nah, no. He said, I can guarantee you there will not be none of that other film. And he just refers to it as that other film. He says he didn't watch it. I find that hard to believe. But, maybe he didn't. I think he's just using that as his way of not, kind of taking the high road. He don't want to do what Whedon was doing to him. Whedon was on set trashing his version and trashing him, where he doesn't want to do that. He's pulling the President Obama. When they go low, we go high. So he's pulling that on them. He's like, nah, I didn't see it, and I don't want to see it. He has his little shots. You see the little jabs there, and I'm like, I catch him, and I'm laughing. But yeah, man, let me tell you. Now, granted, you can't make fun of Joss Whedon. I've been watching the MCU. I've been rewatching the MCU, the whole MCU, right, of the movies, Infinity Sagas. Whedon did a damn good job on Avengers, man. We know that. We know Whedon could throw down. He got his lane. He could do his thing. But he botched this one up, man. It almost feels like it was on purpose. Like he tried to turn it to Avengers, but even if some of these lines was in Avengers, I wouldn't have laughed either. I'd have been like, honey. So, I don't know. I don't know if he had the beat team writing or something. I don't know what he was doing, but everybody felt, Avengers. He did Avengers. Of course he'll come in and do this, right? That's never the case, bruh. That's not always the case. You got some cats that just stay consistent. Like the Russo brothers. I believe them dudes can direct anything. I think they could have directed the entire MCU. It would have done. But I tell you who you can't lose. You can always have to have is Favreau. I am dubbing him the godfather of the MCU. He started it all. He started it all with Iron Man, and he killed it. He came back with Iron Man 2. He did his thing again. Fav is that dude, and he is absolutely destroying in a good way, if there is a good way of destroying the Mandalorian. He is killing it over there. That dude is the godfather of the MCU. He pioneered it. He's of course, we all know about Kevin Feige, of course. But Fav, he did a damn good job, man. And the funny thing is, he's in the movie too, and he plays a good job as that character. So it's like, it's a good mix. What I mean? He's directing, he's in the movie, and I'm just like, when you watch the behind the scenes of it and stuff like that, because I ain't playing. I'm watching like maybe 2 or 3 movies, and then I stop, and I start doing the behind the scenes stuff like that. I'm just binging for whatever reason the MCU. And I'm now up to, I just finished Thor. No, I'm not finished Thor yet. Once I finish Thor, then it's Avengers. That's the next one. So I already went through, and I brought that up on my Facebook. I'm not upset, but I'm disappointed that, Edward Norton, who is a phenomenal actor, just was a jerk, I guess, and lost his job with the MCU. His banner, because I liked his banner. I really did. His banner was Bill Bixby banner. You know what I mean? Although they tried to go with the Bill Bixby look with Ruffalo's banner, like the way he dressed, everything looked like he had and I do have. I'm gonna bring in my boys. I think that dude had on corduroys at one time. Then he put corduroys on his ass. It looked like he had corduroy pants on. Oh boy, 646-595-4038. You're listening to Real Talk with the director and the Jedi Council. I am the director. I brought my Jedi Council with me. And if you don't believe me, here they are. Ralph, Kev, you're in the building, and I'm about to bring you in on the live as well.
What's going on, everybody?
What's good?
What's good, brothers? Welcome back. And Kev look like he about to go out and be part of the not fucking around crew.
I know, man. Yo, Kev, man, where your white face at? You look like you about to do like a Bible from dead presidents. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
Listen. I'm going online tomorrow. I did all my work. Tomorrow. Get my carry permit. It's a wrap. I'm getting on board. I have no criminal record.
You mentioned president. You sure about that? No, I'm joking. Hopefully you don't check your Facebook record.
I got punished for 7 days because of a nursery rhyme. A factual nursery rhyme.
That sounds like dice.
Hickory. God, so sick. Yeah, right. Now,
I commented on the post about the post was an anti-Bible post. They were talking about related subjects, and somebody brought up the old nursery rhyme. Well, I brought up the monkeys on the bed, which back in the day they used to say niggas on the bed, and won't catch a nigga by the toe. I said that 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They flagged me yesterday.
Wow.
They just caught up to you.
Telling you, it's the man. The man looking to him y'all up.
Oh, man. Yo, you mentioned dead presidents, man. Me and my brother, shout out to Hollywood. Me and my brother, we did a breakdown. We have a show that we do called The Breakdown every so often. We don't, we do it on Saturdays, usually on Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. on the live streams, on live Facebook and YouTube. So anyway, The Breakdown is a show that me and my brother do where we just take different topics and that's what we do. We break them down. We dissect them, right? It could be lyrics. It could be battles. It could be about movies. So we did one about movies. It happened to be Dead Presidents. And we talked about, we broke down the scene. Although, shout out to the Hughes brothers, it was a brilliantly shot scene, right? Love the way the scene was played out. But boy, oh boy, when you think about it in movie land terms, that was the stupidest plan ever they had. That plan sucked.
No, it didn't.
That plan sucked from day one. Yes, it did. No. That plan sucked from day one. First of all, I understand he want to try to get people that he trusts, right? You go and get dude from who's now a preacher. You know he was crazy in Vietnam and all that other stuff. Joaquin Woodbine's character. You just come out of nowhere and go get him. All right, you got your friends because you're doing it with your friends. You bring in your baby mama's sister out of nowhere just because she's, militant, in the Black Panthers or whatever, And I mean, like, why would you do that? That's just so wrong. Why would you bring in your kid's mother's sister? Leave her ass out of it. If you're going to get one of the militant brothers, get one of them. Leave her out of it. They had, they painted their faces. You got this dude who's like, wants to blow things up, which he does. He actually blows up the money on an idiot. You know what I mean? And I sit there like, this plan, and he finally realized it at the end. He said it. The plan was effed up from the beginning. He said it, because it was. That plan sucked. I was like, yo, what are y'all doing, man? So we talked about that. And then we also broke down, not only did the plan suck, you actually got away with it, and you stay in town.
Yeah,
that's that nigga mentality. That's that nigga mentality right there. That's that nigga mentality. What the hell is wrong with you? Because we talked about it, then someone else wanted us to do another film. Same topic, sort of. So we did Set It Off. So we talked about Set It Off. We understood that TT had to stay in town for her child because they had took the child away. So, but the other ones could have left town and be like, yo, we got your money, or you catch up with us, yo. We need to get out of town. And they had their biggest mistake. They had to hide the money. We knew that. They couldn't put the money in the bank. Now we're talking, if you just joined us, we're talking about my breakdown show that I did with my brother. on 2 shows on Dead Presidents and then on Set It Off. Their biggest mistake was, where they hit it. Only because you don't know where that dude Luther is lurking. That motherfucker probably watching y'all 24/7. Probably got cameras on y'all. Because she slipped that thing into the vent all the way into the back somewhere. If he didn't see that, he would have never found it. He had to have seen them do it. He wouldn't have found it. So the hiding place wasn't really bad. It was just, you should know your boss. You should know that he's probably watching y'all because he know that y'all ain't shit. So he probably like, let me keep an eye on these chicks. And then they, that's when they did that second robbery, which actually landed them their most money until they did the fatal last robbery. But the second robbery landed them enough money to get out of town and try to do something. Because when old girl was counting, Frankie, aka Vivica, she was at 75,000 apiece. She was up at that point, and he was still counting. So they probably all got close to $100 grand a piece. So I mean, is $100 grand gonna make you rich? No, but the key to bank robberies is not being greedy. Last point on that, which I also brought up in my show. Point Break.
I got to interrupt with that one.
I don't think that was their plan. I think they were going to leave, but they had to stay in town for the kid. And then once she got the kid, they were all going to leave. They weren't planning to do another one until the money got stolen.
I know that. I feel that at the very least, Cleo, the one who's hot, the one who, the police already got records of her. She should have left out immediately. Sorry. She should have left out immediately. They catch up with her. And we're going to give you a little cash. You take that car and you ride to the thing. Whatever the hell he said. I don't even know the words to that song. But anyway, take her car to Old Town Road and ride to whatever.
Exactly.
She should have riding to the tomorrow. Period. Because she's the one that they got record on. Hell, send Frankie too. Because they were watching Frankie. They were watching Frankie because they felt she was involved. The only ones who was truly clean was Stoney and TT. TT was off their radar because they didn't even see TT there. You know what I'm saying? She's completely off their radar. Hey man, look, them girls could have. There's alternatives of what they could have did. Obviously, if they would have did it, it wouldn't have been the same film. I'm just saying. That's what the breakdown's about. People like. That's why people like it. Cause they're like, yeah. It could have went this way. And I'm like, yo, it would have went a whole nother way. If that. So then the money gets stolen. Now they go in there in a fit of rage, shoot Luther. Now they got a body on their hands, and now they got to rob another bank. And everything just went. What happened? They got greedy. Get some more money. She said that millisecond. We pause it. When we do the breakdown, we play it, we pause it, and we talk about it. We's like right here. She says, "Get some more money." TT looks like, what? And she's like, do it now. And then they were going back and forth. Jada's like, no, don't be greedy. Let's go. And then she's like, no, do it. They know what to do. So that little millisecond, that little split, like that took like another 4 seconds. And within that time, those cops got out their car, got their vest on, and got into the back door. If them girls would have been out the front door, and they would have been just coming into the back door, they would have got away. Because they would. So then that's why I said when I bring up Point Break, It says right there as well. Point Break. What was his name in Point Break? Patrick Swayze's name.
Cody
with a B. It was Bodie. Yeah. Bodie, obviously they had their rules. What was it, 60 seconds? Yeah, it was 60 seconds. 60 seconds or 90. It was 60 seconds, in and out, boom, 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 because they were never greedy, because they was never in it for the money. That movie was so dope, too, man. Shout out to them. Rest in peace, Patrick Swayze, which we have some other rest in pieces we're going to throw out in a little bit. But that movie was so dope. So, that whole part where it proved right there when he said, "Oh, let's go to the vault." They didn't even want to do it. He was like, "What? Go to the vault? We never go to the vault. What are you talking about? Go to the vault." They go to the vault. They're at the vault arguing. What the hell are we doing, man? Why are we at the vault? They didn't want to be at the vault. So proof is in the pudding right there. I just had to bring that up because I thought that was.
I want to bring something up. Before we go to the show. That's non-movie related. This week is my friend Vicky's birthday, and we was at her party the other night. I got in a conversation with this kid, and we were all talking about like these battles that's been going on, the Snoop versus DMX, and so I said the battle that I would like to see, but unfortunately not alive. I think it was the one that would generate the most attention.
It's Michael Jackson versus Prince.
The kid turns to me, he says,
"I don't think Prince had enough hits to match Michael Jackson."
That look you going right there. That's how are you crazy? He had to be about, I'm going to say his early mid-20s. So people in the party was like, "Are you nuts? When you going to say Prince don't have his?" He said, "Well, because I know of a Smooth Criminal. I know a Man in the Moon. The Young Purple Rain, I don't know too much of Prince's music." So I'm like, I tell you why. It's because your generation, all you listen to is trap music. It's all you listen to. You're not interested in anything else. And of course you don't know that. So when you're speaking on that, are you speaking for the minority, or you speaking for yourself? Or you speaking for the majority? And he kept trying to himself. Yeah, he kept trying to I'm sorry, naming all the songs that I never heard of Insatiable. I never heard of Bad Dance. I never heard No Love. I never heard.
Exactly. You don't need to be in this conversation, sir, until you learn what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Because your statement is inaccurate, and then you need to just learn what you're talking about. I respect you if you're a Michael fan, and you just want to say, no, Michael is just a better artist, and he has better hits than Prince, and I think he'll beat him. I respect you for that.
I can respect that.
That's your thing. You respect that.
I don't think
it's based on what you know. I'm just saying that you got to respect it, and it's definitely possible, because Michael Jackson has a ton of hits, right? And Michael Jackson, he was in the business longer than Prince, so he's got more work put in if you count his stuff with the Jacksons,
right?
Right. And so he's got more work put in, but they only have to. Like we say about all these things, you only have 20 songs. Song selection is always the key element to these battles that they're doing. Song selection is the key element to these battles every time.
Now what he was telling me is
you have to
Now what he was telling me supposedly the next battle, which I was why he should call Johnson. I'm like, why? Who cares?
Well, I said at the top of these when they were doing the verses, I support the verses. I like it because it's something that people doing in quarantine and stuff like that, or just during this pandemic. I, for one, am a hip hop fan, and I do not really care for the verses with hip hop guys. I'd rather it be R&B or writers or producers. Because to me, there's only one way to battle in hip hop. Well, there's two ways to battle in hip hop: a battle, one-on-one, or through records. but diss records, not just saying my hit versus your hit. I'm talking about diss record. It's either a diss record or we battling straight up in a battle. That is the only way that I prefer to see rappers battle. I get the thing. It's all in fun, right? I'm not frowning on it, but I don't think I've caught any of the rapper ones yet because I'm not interested. So like we've had.
Well, you should have watched. You should have watched.
That was interesting.
We had Snoop and DMX. We had Jada and Fab. We had is that it? No. Who else? Any other rappers? Did they put any other rappers against each other?
Not really.
We're talking about that. As far as they just kind of moved to the rappers. They kind of just got to the rappers. I know we had. I think that might be like the only rappers so far. Now they're trying to find out who's gonna battle LL Cool J.
Oh, and you had Jada Kiss and Fabulous.
Yeah, Jada and Fab. LL Cool J has such a he's got 5 decades of music, relevant music.
Right, and I even said,
you'd be hard pressed to find an artist that lasted that long, and even Jay-Z is not technically LL Cool J's era.
Yeah,
but KRS-One, but KRS-One, when's the last time KRS-One actually made a record? He didn't make a record as far as
album.
LL, he got 25 albums. My point is, what was his last album?
I brought that up too because he asked me because I think
But actually, on Fat Joe's show, Fat Joe brought up he brought that up because KRS-One and LL are both his idols. So he asked KRS-One versus battle LL. KRS-One straight up and down told him, I'm gonna be a problem. On the flip side, you had LL talking to Swiss.
I know.
He said he was.
Well, he said he was down, but he also said, because KRS-One is on a different thing. Like he's usually message, this, that. He was like, he just didn't want to get caught up in that. Because, I mean, they are two very, very different artists. I really don't know if that would be a good
No. Not and the way they both match up is that they both battle MC.
Yeah, but this is not a battle. You see what I'm saying? This is hit for hit. And KRS-One cannot match hits.
Yeah, they can still go hit for hit.
No, he can't match hits with LL Cool J. Like I said, LL Cool J is
I don't think KRS-One. If you want to take hits, no, I agree with that one.
Just because you think it's a hit doesn't mean it was a hit. Just because you thought it was dope, don't make it a hit record. The versus is battling hit records versus hit records for the most part. Every now and then they'll throw in a album joint, but the formula has been hit records. Now, yes, KRS-One has a lot of hit records. I think they didn't have a lot of hit records. But what I'm saying is, LL Cool J was making records, and he was making hit records well into the 2010s. 2010, like he was still dropping joints. And what I'm saying is, whether KRS-One was making albums or not, he was not dropping hits at that time. Rakim was still making albums. Rakim is the best rapper in the business, and Rakim, to a certain degree, stop making hits. That don't make him no. It doesn't drop him off the MC list because that's an MC.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah,
that's different. He's as far as an MC. Hell, KRS-One made a song who told you what an MC was. You know, and so of course that's a whole nother story. But I mean, L's an MC too now. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather, but my point is, L got a lot of hits that were crossover R&B, hip hop R&B stuff, the stuff he did with all that stuff he did. He just got a lot of girl joints too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like, nah, I wouldn't want to see that, honestly.
No, I agree with you. I think KRS-One against LL
You want to talk about like charted hits?
LA would
literally slaughter him.
I'm a big KRS-One. I think KRS-One is one in my top three of all time. But there's a lot of cuts that he put out. I like getting smoked.
And I can't. We got
that never charted. We all know it, and we love the song. If you want to say, I want to see a straight up MC battle between LL Cool J and KRS-One. Now that's the story. Then I'm taking KRS-One over LL Cool J.
They gotta do it. They have to do it the same way that Snoop and DMX did it.
Gotta do it live with them in the
same room.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, you gotta do it in the same room. That gives a chance to respond. Maybe I think that was one of the things why one of the reasons why the Teddy Riley versus didn't go on plan, because they weren't in the same room. And Babyface definitely came in there prepared to do more than just play record.
Yeah. They started doing that same room stuff because they're trying to get the quality better. Now they're going through Apple, and the quality sounds great now. They're using Apple now as like kind of sponsoring it, and that's why they're putting them in.
They also got their own DJ. Each guy got his own.
Right, but I mean the main reason why they had to start doing that same room stuff is because it was too much, lagging with the, his live feed going, that live feed going. It got too ridiculous, and sometimes it messed up the battle where they won't even get a chance to finish it, or they'll run out of time or whatever. So that's why they did it this way, which is fine. I'm okay with that either way, and that's fine. Even if they do it that way, I mean, they're both showmen. They'll put on good shows. LL's a showman. Now, I'm gonna tell you who I'd like to see LL against. A lot of people gonna probably be like, "What?" And when you first think about it, you'd be like, "What?" But if you think about his catalog and his hits, I think it'd be a good battle. Actually, I think LL Cool J should do a versus against Busta Rhymes.
Yep.
That's what I think.
Damn straight.
Busta Rhymes, because Busta's catalog is pretty long. And he's got a lot of hits, and he got joints that girls was feeling too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can actually, now anybody shouldn't try to match girl joints with LL, but I'm just saying, the point is, I think he would be a better fit, I'll say. I won't say better match, better fit, I think. What I did hear, Fat Joe is trying to. I love Fat Joe because he's trying to get it on pop it. Because he's the one that had Rakim. Rakim said he would do a versus against Kane, and I heard Kane finally said yeah. So we might be getting that. So that's the one. That's the one you want to see. That's the one you want to see. Them motherfuckers almost battle for real.
Unfortunately, it won't be long though.
Well, they only got ground up 20 hits. They get scrounge up 20 hits. Like I said, sometimes you're gonna play a couple of album joints that might have been popping in the head.
Some B-sides.
Yeah, that's how they've been doing. That's like the formula, right? You got to come with hits, but at the same time, maybe have a couple of joints in there. You know, Erykah Badu and them did that too. Erykah had mad hits. She's like, yeah. You know, they kind of play off each other. Like, Jill Scott plays something. Oh yeah, I did a song with him too. Let me play it. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of deal. They were just kind of playing off each other, and it just became this whole nice vibe thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the culture. The culture wins, right? They always say that. But shit, we have it for a reason, man. We still want to be able to judge it. We still want it to be good. Like, yeah, we don't want another, which we wouldn't, any combination of those three men we mentioned. But I'm just saying, we don't want another Ludacris and Nelly. That shit was whack. That was another rap one. Ludacris and Nelly one. I heard Ludacris wash Nelly.
Ludacris, listen. Ludacris killed.
I heard Luda wash Nelly.
Listen. I forgot. And Nelly has some joints, but I forgot. Like you had to show Ludacris some newfound respect. Because that one, he got bars. Luda is definitely an MC. I don't care what nobody say. He's definitely an MC and a punchline MC at that. But his bars, his joints, Ludacris.
Oh yeah, Luda's an MC.
Yeah, he all right. He okay.
No, all right.
Shit, he should be the one. He should have been the one. You know, T.I. just going around talking. He want to battle Jay-Z. Get out of here, man. T.I., you can't battle Jay-Z. Come on, dude. Jay-Z got a long catalog, bro. Pause.
Listen, 2 albums.
Yeah.
2 albums. Two albums. It's a wrap.
20 joints. He don't even have to dig into his more recent stuff because, you know, for some reason, a lot of the young cats they don't fuck with Jay.
Nope.
For some reason, a lot of the young cats they don't mess with Jay. I don't know.
Because they
I don't know why either.
They don't mess with Jay. They're
like, oh, I don't want, you know, they don't mess with Jay. Like they just mess with him. Like as far as they don't like him, like this young generation. No, I don't really like Jay-Z. I'm like, oh, okay. A lot of the young generation, or the new, you know, the Gen Zers, mostly them, and some millennials. Millennials are like them more than the Gen Zers, but they don't like them because they just think, you know, they don't like old people. That's what they figure, you know, like another older cats. It's ignorant, and they like this trap music stuff, like Ralph said at the top of the show. They like the trap music and that mumble mouth crap.
Yeah,
which to me is
because they like stuff that's dumbed down. They can't if it makes them and I blame the record industry for that because they basically pushed all the conscious, even the good rappers that are saying stuff like Logic. Oh my God! Wait, I gotta interrupt for 1 second. If you don't get any album this year, get Logic's album.
Logic.
Yo.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, these are cats that, you know, have always been dope, but they never get recognition that they deserve. I feel the same way. I mean, they're different artists, but I feel the same way. I mean, Logic is one of them. I feel the same way about what's his name? Tech Nine be doing his thing.
Yeah,
he do his thing.
Run the Jews do their thing.
And another thing, who I really feel that way about is Joyner Lucas. I think Joyner Lucas is brilliant, and I think he just doesn't get the credit he deserves. That dude can write a song with such such complexity to it, and people are just like, I mean, just play "I'm Not Racist." Just play the song "I'm Not Racist." You play that song, man. Yo, you cannot say that is not what people. If they're not saying it, they're thinking it. And he captured it from both sides. He captured it from the black side or from the white side. And it was just, and even the video was dope. Very simple video, very simple concept, but effective. Very effective from start to finish. So dude, he thinks on a different level. Like that's what I like about it. And then when he did The Devil's Work, that song, and another simple concept. He just basically walk in the church with a bottle of Henny, he's drunk, and he just cursing out God, basically. And he's, talking about this person, that, why'd you take this person? You should have took that person, blah, blah, blah. But the way he breaks his lines down, his metaphors, his lines, his everything. He's like an Eminem kind of mixed with who else? Who can I find to say? Eminem, but I think it's somebody else. Because he does remind me a lot of Eminem as far as his cleverness. How he's clever and how he Eminem is like a syllable guy. You know what I'm saying? And does he rhymes his syllables a lot. And that's what Joanna Lucas does that too. But anyway, yeah, these dudes, man. But anyhow, I'm not. Just a side note, I don't think I'm hearing you guys on Blog Talk anymore. So I'm not sure if that's the case. I hear you on the live stream, just fine. But
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You should be able to hear me.
You should be able to hear me.
Now I hear you. You went out from me. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't hear Ralph at all.
Wes, who was this guy that
He's
you're
not
talking
on Blog
about?
Talk. Okay.
Who was this guy that you're talking about?
Joyner Lucas.
I meant to look him up. I looked that up. Look him up.
Look him up, bro. Look, the first thing you want to do, I'm going to tell you exactly what order. It don't matter what order you do it in, but I say you do it in this order. First, you look up Joyner Lucas. He's the one who just recently did a song about Will Smith, actually. Because Will Smith was his idol. So, excuse me, Will Smith is his idol. And he did a song called, what is it called?
Will.
Will or something like that. Oh, it's just called Will. Yeah. So, but you can look that song up if you want. But there's a song he got, Ralph, is called I'm Not Racist. That's the name of the song. And watch the video. The video is a black, he's not even in the video. That's how you know cats who sacrifice their own, self in a video. That's how you know he's brilliant. He's got a little touch of brilliance. Because he's like, like the same thing. I feel the same way about George Michael when he did the Freedom song. He wasn't even in the video. He had a bunch of hot ass, all the supermodels lip syncing his song. And it worked. So, Joyner Lucas, the video for this, I'm Not Racist, it's a black guy and a white guy. A white, redneck looking type of dude with a Make America Great Again hat on, sitting at a table across from a black dude who just looks like some hood dude, pants sagging type of dude. And you watch that video, bro, and I guarantee you'll be impressed if you listen to what he's saying. Because number one, Joyner Lucas is that type of rapper that you can understand what he's saying. He always has some sort of message in his songs, so to speak. And, and he's good. He's just skillful. He's kind of like, he reminds you of, the first person that comes to mind is Eminem. Reminds you of Eminem. But not as aggressive as Eminem, as far as, just Eminem is very aggressive. But same type of flow. Eminem definitely was a big influence on him, because actually I saw that Eminem tweeted something. He tweeted like his top MCs, and he had Joyner Lucas in there. So Joyner Lucas screenshotted that and retweeted it. He was like, "Wow, when one of your favorite rappers, he's like when like one of your favorite rappers, puts you in their top 10 list or something like that. So he's obviously a big influence on him. But according to his song called Will is his idol. Will Smith was his idol. And he made a song called Will. Another dope video. It was actually dope. He was actually becoming Will in every, he was basically replaying scenes from all of Will's movies in his video. It was cool. He did Bad Boys. He was like changing from this and that. He did Bad Boys. He did Men in Black. He did most of Will's big hit movies. And was changing scene to scene. The dude is just look him up on YouTube, man. You'll enjoy it. And your next few minutes will be enjoyable because you'll see I'm Not Racist is a dope joint. He got a joint there called The Devil's Work. You know what I'm saying? He got a joint called, and then the ones that we just mentioned. He's got, and he's cinematic with his stuff too. That's what I admire about. But anyway, got so far off track. It's all good. Let's start with the movie thing. The moviegoers campaigning to try to save, keep theaters open. It says here in this article by Screen Rant, moviegoers take part in hashtag Save Your Cinema campaign, sending over 200,000 letters asking Congress to aid theaters with loans and other relief measures. So they have here movie fans participating in the hashtag Save Your Cinema campaign, resulting in over 20,000 letters, blah, 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 to Congress for aids for the theaters. The film industry is struggling right now, as we all know, and as a result of coronavirus, and it says here, theaters have been closed since March, with few movies having release dates and even in production at all. Studios have announced countless movie delays in the last few months, as well as the past week, due to rising in cases. Mm-hmm. Due to a rise in cases, movies. It says movies that was once planned to reopen or release in July have now been pushed back to August, and some, past that. As we know already, I think we might have reported that last week that the Christopher Nolan film is pushed back. Now I saw where they said it might be like later, like what they say, like October or something like that. But last time I saw before that was indefinitely so. So yeah, movies. So I guess the question is, what is this? First of all, would you take a part in something like this? Do you think that this is worth it? Do you think that it's even gonna get the attention of anybody in Congress, or do you think it's a waste of time? What do you got? What are your thoughts on this whole topic?
I think it's a waste of time. Nobody's going to pay attention. If anything, I think that if Congress,
all right, we'll do this. Ralph, you go first.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is going to get the attention of Congress. I do think it's a waste of time, though I do feel that we do need movie theaters. But if I was a member of Congress, I think I would be more concerned about getting Broadway back open quicker than a movie theater, frankly.
Well, they're already something in place. I think they already put something in place. I know in Europe, they already put something in place for the theaters. so that they can stay open, and funding for them, so they wouldn't, completely get washed out. I don't think it's going to happen here in the U.S. Just for the simple fact it's not really a concern of Congress. And personally, I mean, I'll support it. I'm on the website right now for it, SaveYourCinema.com. I'll sign my name on the petition, but personally, I'm not trying to go back to a theater. And if movie theaters do open, I honestly think that movie studios need to start considering same-day release on video on demand and in theaters. Because a lot of people are not going back to theaters. I think movie theaters are washed.
Very, very possible. I think so too. I think it might be. I kind of agree with you, Kev. I think it might be not a lost cause. Don't get me wrong. It's all good. And like you said, I probably would sign a petition to just whatever, but I wouldn't take part in it because I'm not going back to the movie theaters. Especially not like in the middle of this, in the middle of a global pandemic. And although some people out there, I don't get political, but some people out there want to try to act like things are actually getting better when they're not, then, that's fine. I guess I'm just going to have to do my thing and cater my life to the way I need to cater it to make sure, myself, my family is good to go. But as far as this thing goes, Congress there's I can think of a few other things you could be allocating that money to. You could be allocating that money to some other things. So yeah, exactly. A couple other things. How about paying these teachers because they got to do extra work now, especially the ones that are gotta educate the kids, help educate the kids at home, the ones that are gonna be at home. And the fact that the ones that are forced to go back to schools because people, feel for whatever reason that it's safe to go back to the schools, but yet the White House is not open for tours anymore. So it's okay for kids to go back to school. Give these teachers more money.
Joseph Tanner said in the chat room, I've had it with this mother effing coronavirus ruining the entertainment industry.
Yeah, ruining the entertainment industry.
I'm the James Bond, Black Widow, the Furious 19 or whatever the hell it is, and Candyman, and God knows what else has been missed.
Candyman. Oh my God, Candyman. Candyman. Yeah. But with that being said, perfect segue. Bill and Ted is coming to streaming.
Don't care.
They're gonna have a theatrical release, but they're also gonna release to streaming at the same time, which basically means they just release the streaming because there'll be a couple of people that try to go to the theater, but the theaters aren't even really open. So, but I don't know. I know one thing: a theatrical release, is always important. When they try to do these things, at least a short run. So, Bill and Ted. What is the name of that Bill and Ted movie? I can't.
Bill and Ted. Who cares?
Well, people care, and they were at. People would talk about a lot at Comic-Con. Bill and Ted Face the Music. That's the name of it. Bill and Ted Face the Music. No doubt that's a double entendre, I'm sure. And so they'll be coming straight to it. And I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to have to start doing that, man. I'm just waiting. Like, well, let's get Candyman out, man. Let's get that out here. You know, listen, come on, just pull it on out.
Do you know Diane Franklin is in this first movie?
I don't think so. She never mentioned it, but I don't know if that means she could have not been able to mention it. But I don't think so. I thought I asked her that. But I don't know. She might be. She maybe make at least a cameo or something. Might as well, right? That would be cool. I think. All right, so I'm looking up right here. Let's see. Well, that just says Bill and Ted cast. Let's see if I can look at the cast. See if she's on the IMDb. Let's see if they have her in. I could have sworn one of the times we had her on here, we asked her, and either she couldn't talk about it or she just said she wasn't in it. So, and looking on the cast list, doesn't look like it. I don't see it. I don't see her there, I should say. So, as of now, no, unless it's a cameo that she's not allowed to talk about. You know what I mean? Which would be cool. Yeah, we got to set up our well, this is a sequel though. We got to set up our remake show. Someone else I keep getting text messages on my phone about that. They're like, "Yo, man, you gonna do the reboots or whatever it's called, the reboots?" I'm like, man. I said, to me, it'd be a short show because I didn't like. You know, we sat here and picked out a few that on top. Ain't too many remakes that I really like. We talked about Point Break earlier. That was an abomination. The remake of Point Break. That was terrible. An abomination in itself. So, what else happened at Comic-Con? Well, first of all, Comic-Con this year was the first time it's ever been at home, online, and the pandemic. And it was obviously different. I've never been to the San Diego Comic-Con. I've been to the New York one several times. I've been to MegaCon. There's a couple other cons that I went to. But, this was definitely different and weird. But I enjoyed watching the panels, though, because, just apparently, especially in the movie panels, the cast hasn't seen each other, in years, not in years, but however long, since they worked together, probably. And so they're happy to see each other. The Family Guy, if you guys get a chance to watch anything, watch the Family Guy panel. I thought that was class. They did a read. They did a table read, and they had the entire main cast, except, which I kind of said, no Mike, what's his name? Mike.
Oh, the guy that plays Cleveland?
Yeah, the guy who plays Cleveland, yeah. His name's Smith. Something Smith. Anyway, he wasn't there. I thought that might have been by design, but whatever. He wasn't there. So Cleveland wasn't. They obviously picked an episode that Cleveland wasn't in. But they read it, and it was funny, man. I was just listening. It's funny to listen. You're like, when they do the cutaways, you hear the guy reading. Oh, the scene cuts away to blah 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 blah, and you're like seeing the cutaway in your head because it's just like it's hilarious. So that panel was good. I watched the New Mutants panel. That was pretty good. The Walker Dead panel was always good. Walker Dead panel was always pretty good to just see everybody do their thing. But in particular, the Zack Snyder panel, and I did say I was going to look those girls up, see if they can make their shows. I just want to give them a shout out because you know what? He did their thing, man. Just having Zack Snyder, and I'm trying to find his people. I want to reach out to Zack. Zack Snyder is such a down to earth dude. I'm sure he'll come on this show too. I just need to get to him. I need to be able to reach out to him. And let's see, Zack Snyder.
You just want to have family Monday.
Oh my god!
You're like when you got the cast of Star Trek. I have all
my
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I admit, I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have Zack Snyder on. Man. He's that dude he's doing his thing, man. These girls, what are they called? This is the San Diego Comic. Zack Snyder shows the black suit like there. What is the name of this show? Somebody did they at least shout this show out of this article? Let's see. But Zack Snyder skipped the virgin line, even if Justice League, boom, boom, boom. Warner Brothers as a studio opting instead to run their own DC fandom event, which, yeah, that's pretty much what they did. So they did their own little, they were calling it the Justice Con during the same weekend of Comic Con. Instead of doing, Hall H or whatever, obviously, because there is no Hall H this year, where, that's usually where all of the, trailers and stuff like that. So they decided to hold their own thing. And let's see, the Nerd Queens, that's what they call themselves. Pop culture bloggers, the Nerd Queens. Shout out to the Nerd Queens, because it was cool that they got him on the show. I thought that was awesome. And he came on and answered a lot of questions. For one question being, they asked him, so is there going to be any part of Whedon's cut in this film? Like, have we seen any of this? Even though this is a completely different film. Now, doesn't mean that we haven't seen any of his footage. Some of his footage was left in the original theatrical cut. Not a lot, but some of it was. So, like the parts like when with the little boy in the field, that he was Superman, he was young, and he's in the field. Zack Snyder shot that personally. Shot that with the camera, red. I think he shot with the red, but he shot that scene himself with the little boy flying. Acts like he's flying in the field. I believe, I'm not going to sit there and dissect all of them, but I believe the very first scene it was there. That was Snyder's with Wonder Woman when she blocked all those bullets. It's like boom, 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 boom. That was Snyder. But then Whedon changed it, the end of it. He changed the end of it. So you're going to see some of the same movie, but you're going to actually, the stuff. For the people who have no idea or don't care to know, that's going to be an eye opener. Because they're going to be like, oh, okay. So this was your scene too. He also confirmed by showing the video of Superman in the black suit after he's, comes back from the dead. He also revealed that Cyborg is a big story arc around Cyborg. A lot of the movie is about him. Because originally, I don't know if he's going to disclose this. I'm sure he will with the film. Originally, it was Cyborg's idea to bring back Superman, and they used I think he said they used the Kryptonian ship.
Yeah.
As part of the equation, which they kind of did even in the theatrical cut, but it's just like They made it seem like it was Batman's idea to bring back, but it wasn't. It was Cyborgs.
Cyborg. Yeah.
Yeah. Cyborg was able to tap into.
And he had a huge part in the story.
Too, that they cut out.
Yeah. He had a huge part of the story. He's able to tap into he's probably the only person on walking the planet that can decipher, Kryptonian technology. And he can interface with it. Kryptonian technology. Which is probably how he figured out how to bring Superman back. He probably figured from talking to the Kryptonian ship that Superman's not really dead. He's not actually dead. He's like in the spaces or whatever. Like I learned about that's what happens to Kryptonians. Like he probably was like life lives but not dead. So that sounds stupid, right? That sounds like, hey, what do you mean life lives but not dead? As you can see, and he goes back. Another thing that everyone was laughing about, or everyone was cheering about, is petty and as minuscule as it may sound, so many people are so happy. They're like, look, even if this movie sucks, I'm just going to be happy to see Superman without that stupid mustache. CGI removed mustache with the long chin, the super chin. It's like they had to extend his chin or something to make it, yeah. And they're like, oh, anything but that. If the rest of the movie was terrible, if you took that out, I'm happy. To me, if the rest of the movie was terrible, if you take out, to me, if you take out Batman being Bat Groupie, you take out Bat Groupie.
Wow, Bat Groupie.
Yeah, man, he was like a groupie to Superman, He's like confessing all this stuff to Alfred, but the man's more human than I am. Blah blah blah. He's feeling guilty about Superman dying, and it's just like
because it was his. That's why. Like yo, if you didn't go messing with that Superman, none of that ever would have happened.
But he did what he knew was right. He did what he thought that he knew was right. He's like, yo, Superman is a threat. He's a threat. And as long as he's a threat, I have to find a way to neutralize him. That's Batman. As long as you're a threat, you rest assured that Batman will find a way to neutralize the threat. Even if it's temporary.
Yeah.
So, he did.
But he couldn't do it without kryptonite. No kryptonite. You ain't doing nothing.
So I mean, yeah. Well, that's what you do. Get your hands on some kryptonite. Like that's what billionaires do. They get their hands on shit that other people can't get their hands on. That's what billionaires do. Yeah. So I mean, but the way they showed him, he put that work in though. You know what I'm saying? Putting his stuff together, it's just, I can't wait for it. I honestly, truly think that there's nothing that can come up on that screen that's going to make me think it was worse than the theatrical cut of Justice League.
I'm only
when I say worse, makes me think that the Justice League one was better. The theatrical cut was better.
I'm only going to hope that when it comes out that it is what the 2 years have been talking about for the last 2 years. I hope that it's good, because if it's not, you're never going to get an interview from me.
Every day.
I'm going to be calling you in the middle of the night.
What do you mean by, like I said, I know, right? But like I said, dude, it's gonna hit a lot of expectations to meet, maybe exceed, it depends. But the bottom line is that theatrical cut. Let me tell you, I'll take anything over it. I'll take anything over it. If I get to I'm happy if I get to see Darkseid, which I will. I get to see possibly Green Lantern, which we possibly will. Zack Snyder was dying because he did not want to. He really wanted to spill the beans, Zack. Zack wanted to show more than what he showed, and people were asking him questions, and he was just like, he couldn't answer them because
right.
You don't want to spoil that. But think about this, dude. I say this all the time. Think about the beginning marketing plan. It's just like you say, when a crime happens, usually the first report is the most accurate or closest to accurate, right?
Yeah.
And it starts to get spent, right? And it changes.
Yeah.
You know, look at their first advertisement. The first trailer, you hear Steppenwolf's voice. Completely different voice, remember that, than what he's had in the movie. He's like, there are no protectors here, no lanterns, no Kryptonian. This world will fall, just like the others. He's talking to Darkseid. He says there's no lanterns here. There's no protectors. No one protecting this world. No lanterns, no Kryptonian. Why would you even mention the Green Lanterns? And plus, they did have the little during the scene where they talk about Darkseid and Steppenwolf or whatever. You actually see lanterns, just like you saw it even in the theatrical cut. You saw a glimpse of a lantern that got killed. But here's another early marketing piece that they took down, or that they got rid of, and people. Hashtag Unite the Seven. That was one of their marketing plans. I think one of the very first posters, it was all solo posters, but at the bottom of it, it said, Unite the Seven. Why would it say that if Zack Snyder didn't ultimately have plans of uniting the Seven?
I'm confused. I'm guessing that the Seven are the actual members of the Justice League. So who are the actual members of the Justice League?
Let's just say the five. Let's just say the five. You know, you have the five that's in this movie, but then you have to add on Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter. That's you add on.
What about Green Arrow? Is he?
No. Green Arrow is part of the Justice League, but he's not part of the original Seven. And technically, Cyborg is part of the original Seven either. Right. Technically, Cyborg isn't part of the original Seven either, but he is for the cinematic world.
What about Robin?
No, Robin. What about Robin? Robin is Batman's sidekick.
I know that sounds.
I'm asking that because it's Super Friends. I know Justice League from the Super Friends cartoon, and I'm sure like the Wonder Twins are not that behind the cartoon. But Robin,
the Justice League and the Super Friends are two different things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Robin don't count. Robin don't count. Just Batman counts.
Well, he's not. The thing is, the Justice League is just basically they're like the superhero version of the Commission. They're just a bunch of dudes, or not just dudes, but the superheroes that decided that usually worked alone, decided to come together and for the good of protecting the planet on a global level, though. On a global level, because they actually have a watchtower that they built out in space, where they literally watch over the planet. And they're not always there. Like, they take turns on who's in the watchtower and blah, blah, blah. And when they're not in the watchtower or working together, they're still out doing their solo thing. You know what I'm saying? Batman's still chasing people down in Gotham. Then he's probably working with Robin. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case. When he's doing that stuff, when he's doing his Gotham stuff, he's working with Robin. And
Robin is in the Teen Titan.
Right, and Robin's in the Teen Titan. So when he steps away and he does the Justice League thing, Robin is either working on his own or he's working with Teen Titans. So it's crazy. But the point is, their hashtag was Unite the Seven, which always led me to believe, I always expected, after I saw that trailer, that teaser trailer where he mentions no lanterns, and I saw the posters, I expected to see Green Lantern in the movie somewhere. Even if it's, you know, even if it's just a few minutes, you know, I expected to see the Green Lantern. You know, so
that scene,
that scene where the green light was shining on Alfred.
Yeah, exactly. Which they basically probably shot it twice, because one the scene that they're showing us is a scene where Superman comes to visit Alfred. But there's a scene. There was one that they show with Alfred. You saw like a green Superman ain't got nothing green on his costume.
You saw the glow off of Alfred.
Yep. Maybe a lantern was with Superman, you know? Which also, hey, doesn't mean, even though Zack Snyder just showed a quick scene of Superman coming to visit Alfred, who knows? That don't mean that right before he leaves, you know, a lantern, you know, Hal Jordan or somebody shows up, you know? You never know. Something was causing that green glow off of Alfred's glasses. So, and then, like I said, when I saw the I don't know if those posters are still out there. Let's see if they're out there.
And weren't they like
in black and white?
I think.
It might be. It might have been. It was all like, yeah, it was. It was one in black and white. It's like it has Aquaman on it, and it is one here. I'll just go and show you. Because I'm like, that alone had me thinking, okay, they're gonna bring the whole Justice League up to this piece. There it is. Unite the Seven. And Unite the Seven. There's one there, and here's one there. That was someone made that up, because people started making fan posters because of that slogan, Unite the Seven. So as you see right here, they stuck in Green Lantern in that picture. That was just like a fan poster, and I still don't see. That's not seven. I don't see the Martian Man. No. That is seven there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. Well, there you go. So there's the seven. You just add the Green Lantern. There was 6 of them. Okay. There was only 5 of them in the movie. But I guess it was 6. You had the Flash, those two. Yeah. Yeah. So there's already 6 of them. So you just add the Green Lantern. Now, I did see that the Martian Manhunter, actually, the character who plays, like his alias, the Martian Manhunter's alias, John Jones, he is scheduled to appear in the film as well. So this is what I'm saying. So Zack Snyder was like, I love his interview. He was like, look, Eddie made sure he let people know, hey, he said he's doing the shit for free. Yeah. I guess he just wanted to finish his film and get it out there. And I think something's setting up. Probably setting up the next bag. He's probably like, look, I'll finish Justice League for free. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Shout out to Nikita G in the building. She says she's late, but she's here. She's going to say what up to Wes, Ralph, Kev.
Yeah, Nikita.
Joining. Thank you for joining, Nikita. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We're just doing a little, talking a little nerd talk. It's all good. So, given all of that stuff, Ralph, you got to believe that these other characters are going to be in the film. So, That's pretty much.
Here's a dumb question. I'm just curious of. Right.
This version
This
of Justice
version of
League
Justice League comes out and it's considerably better
than what was
the other.
Does this give Warner Brothers the quote unquote green light to do a sequel? Or do they just
go back into trying to do individual characters?
I mean, it definitely gives you the opportunity to do a sequel, whether you wait until you do the other characters' movies first. But to be honest with you, you know what I'm about to say, Kev. You should know what I'm about to say too, Ralph. I say go ahead with Zack Snyder's original plan. Just follow through with that.
Exactly.
It's already laid out. Already set. And it was set to be in between some of these solo movies. Like the Flash movie is supposed to happen before the second Justice League movie. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens because they're doing Flashpoint, what happens in Flashpoint sets up the events of the what happens in the Justice League movie, part 2 or 3 of it. It was supposed to be 3 parts. That's when they fight Darkseid. It's pretty much the same. It was like they fight Steppenwolf, they defeat him. Steppenwolf gets exiled back to Apocalypse, where Darkseid is. They see Darkseid and decide, let's go there to Apocalypse and fight him. Bad mistake. They go to Apocalypse and fight him and get their asses handed to them. He takes over Earth, and by the 3rd movie, he's taken over Earth, and that's where that you think of that dream sequence that Batman had in Batman vs Superman. That dream sequence where everything was all desert and he was fighting, and then Superman comes and kills him and all that stuff. All of that dream sequence is coming from that. Those were allegedly actual scenes or sequences from the 3rd movie that they planned to use. They were going to use that footage again, or maybe the extended version of that footage in the actual 3rd movie, where they have to take the Earth back from Darkseid. So I think once like you said, Warner Brothers said, "Yo, we want you to do. We're gonna give you an epic story to tell." Zack told that shit epic, brought it to the table, and they're like, "That's a little too epic." That's a little too epic for our pocket. They don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay. We said epic, not monumental. That's what happened. Zack said, "You want epic? I'll bring you epic." He brought back a 3-part trilogy, a 3-part movie or a trilogy with all the trimmings. And he set up all the other solo movies. Wonder Woman, you're going to do this. Flash, you're going to do this. Cyborg, you're going to do this. Batman, you're going to do this. Set them all. He wasn't going to direct all of them, but he set them all up. Patty Jenkins is gay. Him and Patty Jenkins worked close on Wonder Woman. And another one that's about to come out. He's a producer on that too. Mm-hmm. So it's because they're still following. You got to keep an eye on it. You still got to keep a little bit of eye on the Vision, even though he don't want to admit it. But you got to, man. These still these characters are the characters that the actors, I should say, not the characters. Excuse me, the actors are the actors he picked to tell these stories. So, but So yes, Ralph. I agree. I will have a fanboy moment if I can get Zack Snyder to come on Real Talk and talk. I'll be like, "Yeah, buddy, boy, I'll be no more good. You won't be able to tell me good." but definitely he's not giving up no information. I just would like to talk to him about. I'd be talking to him about other shit. Of course, Justice League, the Snyder Cut, but there's only so much he can say about it. He's not gonna say much else. He gave it to the girls, the what are they called, the queens. Let me stick their names right. I don't want to mess their names up, man. They were called. Look at that. Where's that Snyder joint? Just I gotta have that up. He just admitted on that show or whatever with the girls. I think they were called the Queens of Geek or something. Queen of the Nerds, that's what they were called. Queen of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Or the Nerd Queens. That's it. Sorry, I'm messing their name up, butchering their name. I apologize, Nerd Queen. You did a good job with Zack Snyder on the show. He gave them pretty much between them and Grace from Beyond the Trailer. You're not getting nothing else out of him, you know, as it goes forward. Now there is going to be there's something else coming up. Kev, you might know. Is it a DC Con or something is coming up? But he's going to reveal something. He's going to reveal more footage. I think
it's in a couple. It's either in a week or 2 weeks that's coming up, and Marvel also has something coming up that they're doing separate. That's separate from comic.
Yeah, because Marvel's doing something as well. Because I think Marvel is going to be like, okay, you know that they over there like, look, Zack Snyder and the Snyder Cut is the talk of the town right now. They're going to come with some more footage. Everybody's going to be excited. We got to come with something because people are getting pissed off. It's bad enough everything has to be pushed back, but people are getting a little pissed off. So you better come with some. I want to see some Doctor Strange shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see some Doctor Strange clip. Or even, I'll take even the Winter Soldier and the Falcon. Let's do some clips from that.
No, if I was Marvel, I wouldn't even worry about it because you're right. Everything has been pushed back. It was only pushed back because of the pandemic. That don't mean we're not still working like you said. The Falcon, this Winter Soldier thing, that's ready, almost ready to go, if not ready to go. You still got a Black Widow set for the end of the year tentatively. So I wouldn't even sit back and worry right now. I'll sit back like let DC get a little bit of shine because when we get rolling, we're about to knock them back down to nothing again.
Well, DC thing that's coming is called DC Fandom.
That's exactly how I feel. Let DC get a little bit of shine. They've been in our shadows now for the last 10 plus years. Let y'all have your brief moment of sun, because even the sun shines in the dog's ass once a day. So let y'all get your little shine. But once we get out this thing, we get back rolling, it's a wrap.
Yeah, well, I agree. I mean, I was just binge watching, rewatching the Marvel universe, and I've been saying that all week because I've been doing it, and you forget the brilliance behind a lot of these films that was made up the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it really reminds you, and Kev, I'm sure you felt that way when you went to the marathon, it really reminds you why it is best to do the solo movies first. It's best to do solo movies first and set everything up. But, it's neither here nor there. Now, Justice League has been done. Now we're going to see the Snyder Cut. And I guarantee you the Snyder Cut ends with something else is set up. Guaranteed. It may stay like that because they may not continue to go the route of Zack Snyder, but he's going to end it with something else that's going to kind of leave it open where something, he's going to do that. I'm telling you. You watch. So that's it's gonna be good.
And DC's well, actually, Warner Brothers is holding a free 24-hour online event, and it's August 22nd. It's called DC Fandom. Fandom.
Fandom, right?
That's FANDOME. Yeah. And it's beginning at 1 o'clock Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Time.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so that's they're gonna be doing that. I think that's gonna be cool, man. I can't wait for that. Cannot wait for that. So, what else happened at Comic-Con? Let's see.
And Mila Kunis is okay looking, and she's not all that. She's okay. Let's tone it down. Bring yourself down. Bring yourself down.
I know this is around saying that. I said she's fine. I've been saying this. I'm surprised you've been missing it in the. I've been saying this in our group chat. I'm saying.
I saw it.
So during that Family Guy thing, Mila Kunis was, obviously there, and she's just chilling around the house, like you said, no makeup, fine. I'm gonna be honest with you, actually, that sounds weird. I actually like the way she looks without the makeup. Sometimes better. She's always doing the smoky eye thing or whatever with her makeup, and sometimes it makes her eyes look bigger. I think she does that on purpose. But when you look at her, where she's just chilling with no makeup on, chilling with no makeup on, like Drake said, right? So, when you see that, I was like, yo, she doesn't look different, but I'm like, she looks really cute, really good.
Like I said, hold yourself down. Hold yourself down.
She's still fine. I'm okay. She I was like, damn.
She alright. That's what I'm saying.
She alright.
She alright.
She's good. She's fine, bro.
I feel like she looks better than Chopra.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one.
She looks better. And she got a better body than Chopra.
I
really got a and she was going to put on a bikini like Chopra was.
Well, I can't front because she certainly did do that in what you call it. Forgetting Sarah. She put Sarah Martin. She put the bikini on. She didn't. She didn't. No, she didn't. She had shorts. She had shorts on. She didn't have a bikini on. But I'm sure she would. She would. But then again, we got the little act. She did have a lesbian sex name. Natalie Portman. Actually, she went down. So yeah.
Yo, Mila is dope, man. Somebody just texted me. That's my son. My son said, "Yo, man, y'all fucking Mila to get the ring." Yo, straight up. I agree. Mila could get a ring.
Nikita said, you don't know about the smoky eye.
I know about the smoky eyes, yo. Let me tell you something. Let me just peep this. So Nikita, I'm a filmmaker. So obviously, some of my best friends are makeup artists. So that's what I know about, how I know about smoky eyes. That's all about the technique. But yeah, that's how I know about it, man. I got some good friends. One of my good friends, shout out to Ayana. Ayana, she's one of my, high school childhood friends. And she's a professional makeup artist, and a lot of times when I do films, I like to bring her on board, and she, does the makeup. Yeah, and that's one person. I know a lot of people that do it. But yeah, that's what Mila be doing, man. Because you could tell it's different. Because without no, Charlize, you mean? Oh, you mean Charlene, the makeup artist?
The makeup artist.
Yeah. Shout out to her too. Yeah. Shout out to her too. But yeah, you could tell that Mila does it, man. Because I'm about to look like a stalker real quick. I'm about to put up a screenshot that I took of that shit.
Oh my God.
Right.
Shaking my head. Man, she's shaking my head.
Shaking your head. Hey, I was like, hey, look at that.
Probably blew it up into a poster that's sitting on your wall somewhere.
That's just a picture of Buzz smiling, but let's see.
Look at that. You got it on your hard drive. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame.
Got a hot shot. Look at that. Oh, man.
Probably did blow it up into a poster.
Put it to the screenshot from the Family Guy.
Right. Right. I mean,
oh, yeah, the cat sitting there. Whatever. Like I said, man, it's not about her being like the best, but she's fine. You know, I'm just saying. She's fine.
I'm not fine.
And she ain't even got no makeup on here, you know what I'm saying? She ain't doing nothing with the eyes and all this. Usually her eyes around here, she got that dark shit, you know, that funky eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got dark stuff around here. You know, it's a technique to doing it, you know what I'm saying? And actually, I asked the old girl to, you know, show me that. And she was like, yeah, this is how you do it.
I'm just saying she.
I'm just saying she. You know, I always thought it was cute. You know, she's not as tall, but the girl she was in, I always thought Christian Bell was cute. Always. Since I first saw her. I'm like, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, Kristen Bell is dope, man. I like her too, man. I like Kristen Bell as well. You know what I mean? Yo, that's funny. My son just texted me and said, yo, you got way too many pictures for her. That's hilarious. Well, hey, man, pictures last longer. So, yeah, but anyhow, me was a chick, man. I always liked her. You know, her voice is a little annoying, but, you know, that seems to happen with a lot of them. Her voice is a little bit annoying. It's all good. Mila can still do it. And she was sitting there, and there was a part where she was sitting there with her like one leg up or whatever. What's his name? The producer, he's like, Mila, what shampoo commercial are you in right now? Because she was like sitting up, like the hair flowing, and everybody started laughing. They started messing with her at that point. And it was like, he's like, Mila, what shampoo commercial are you in right now? You know, you got the D up, you sitting there, you got like, he's like, and then they all started doing it. They all started making fun of it. They all started putting the D up in the shot. So it was funny though. I mean, that Family Guy panel was hilarious. They had funny things going on. Seth MacFarlane is brilliant dude. So, any other trailers jump out at y'all? You know, this was obviously it was kind of at home. It was a little bit light on the trailers because there ain't shit coming out. So.
They showed Love Class.
They showed the
scenes from Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead.
Yeah, they did. And then there's
the New Mutants trailer.
Did they say the release date for New Mutants? They say when is the actual supposed to come out? Or did it get pushed back again?
August 23rd.
Okay.
August 23rd. Now. That's what he was like for now. But at least they got it done, and they got what I'm happy for them is they got the blessings from like the artists, from the comics and stuff like that. Like one of the dudes, he was like the consultant on the film and worked with them and stuff like that, and so you know they have a little artisticity there to just dope. Always good when you have something that you're referencing to, and you use it. Ryan Singer, but yeah. So that came out. I saw Keanu Reeves panel, but I jumped out of that because I'm like, why are y'all having a Constantine panel when you're not doing a Constantine movie?
I said they were doing it
because it's the 15th anniversary of Constantine.
Oh, okay. It's the 15th anniversary. Okay, makes sense. Now it makes sense. So I'm like, okay, you get about Constantine and you talk about the movie, and they don't have an official. They don't have an official sequel. They don't have an official statement of the sequel. And even Keanu Reeves said he was skeptical about the role at first because he's not British or English or whatever. He has that blonde hair, and that's how the character has always pretty much been depicted. So, Keanu is the type that he ain't greedy. He don't go for the money like that. He'll turn a movie down. He has turned down quite a good movie. He'll turn a movie down if he don't feel it's so. Just like Charlize Theron says she's particularly attracted to roles that are messy. Like she wants characters that got a messy background and stuff like that. If they're on drugs or if there's so much, she likes those type of roles. It's a challenge for her as an actor.
I'll tell you one thing.
One thing I liked about
the Constantine panel.
I love the in-depth stuff that they said about it.
One thing that I really liked
was how they talked about how Rotten Tomatoes had to do a walk back when they were rating of Constantine,
which is something Rotten
Tomatoes never do.
Oh wow! They do that?
Basically, what happened
was
Constantine when it came out,
Rotten Tomatoes just gave it a garbage rating.
I guess over the years.
And again, that's something we talked about a long time ago. I believe it's the quote unquote critics that panned it. And it was unnecessarily panned. That movie was a great movie.
And Rotten Tomatoes turned around
and watched it back and was like, this is fresh. It's a pretty good movie.
Because the fans spoke
different.
Yeah, they like this. I mean, I do like the guy that they got from the TV show. I think he's really good. I do like him. I think the dude is. I think he's really good at that character, and I wouldn't mind seeing him. But you know how DC does. They don't mix their TV and movie universes for whatever stupid reason. But I would like to see the guy who played Constantine. He played Constantine in the actual show Constantine. He played Constantine when they brought him over to the Arrowverse. He's Constantine there. The Justice League movie that has the Justice League Dark movies that has Constantine in it. He's doing the voice. But he's Constantine. You know what I'm saying? You might as well go ahead and make him, the movie Constantine as well. That's what I think. Does that make sense? Why go out and Keanu's Keanu, that's the dude. But why go out and spend money on, unnecessary money?
Well, you got to think at the time.
Because at the time, I forget the guy who shot the movie, who directed it.
He was originally a video director.
Lady Gaga, all that kind of stuff.
So when he was pitching to for the job, it basically it got legs for a little while, and then it went. And then they got Keanu because at the time
Keanu Reeves was doing Matrix stuff.
So when Keanu came back from Australia doing
the Matrix stuff,
he had a meeting like the next day
that he came back from Australia. And once they got Keanu Reeves on board, that's when the studio was like, okay. And
when they got Keanu Reeves on board,
the studio was still like, whatever. They basically ignored him until they put a sizzle reel.
And when they did the sizzle reel, also they were
at the same time there was management to go over one another. There were a lot of different things that was in play.
And when they showed the
new management,
and they basically got on board from that
point going forward.
I can't, man. It's always something with them. Always.
New management. Once again, new management.
DC,
new management. And it's basically Warner Brothers. Your latte drinking, ankle tattoo having asshole.
That was a while ago. Yes, Ken. Was that?
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was back in 2004.
2003.
2003.
Yeah. So.
I'll look at that. I'll post it in the chat, and I'll post it in the YouTube chat room. That the apologies from Rotten Tomatoes 15 years later. We look back at comic book based vehicles that were made a supplemental favorite a decade and a half after the release.
So even Rotten Tomatoes gave
it an apology. It was like, hey, we got it wrong.
Oh wow. How does one get it? How'd you get it wrong? It's like you look at it. I mean, that is so. They apologize, but that is so whack. It's like that's just like the dude at the record label that threw out that demo. That's probably every person that threw out Wu-Tang's demo. I was wrong.
Exactly.
You were wrong. You threw out the Wu-Tang demo tape, and then when somebody finally scooped it up, and they played 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, basically this person to that person, next thing you know, they out on the radio. They hear this song on the radio. So, you got it sometimes.
They gave it
an apology, but they didn't walk back that rating.
They still gave it a
40% on the tomato meter.
And the audience score was
72%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I do go to Rotten Tomatoes, I'm looking at the audience score. I don't listen to that. They be tripping. They be tripping. I can't listen to that. they get up nerves, man. So I don't know. But what was your final answer? Speaking of rest in peace. What was your final answer on the movie theater thing? The movie theaters are now, or movie goers with the hashtag Save Your, what is it called? Save Your Cinema? Hashtag.
Save Your Cinema. Hashtag Save Your Cinema.
Yeah, I mean, y'all both spoke to the piece on it. But so are we giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs out, or maybe a thumb in the middle? I really don't care either way.
Like I said,
I support it.
I'll support it. Honestly, I'm of the mind. For me personally, I'm done with movie theater. Until we get this thing under control,
listen.
Unless we're driving, I'm not going to movie theater.
Speaking of which, drive. I think that would be nice for driving to make a comeback. Shout out to my girl Mercedes, she's one of my cast members for the web series Groupie, and she was just recently in a film that premiered and debuted or whatever at big up to her. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but send me a bill. How much does it cost so I can support it? We got to support our filmmakers and support independent artists and do their thing. I couldn't make it to the show. I wanted to. I'm like, just show me where I could support.
The downside for Long Island is
there's no
all the good land
for a good drive-in has been brought up. There's no large commercial land areas anymore. On Long Island, at least that's accommodate at a minimum a one-screen drive-in with at least 50 to 60 cars.
Yeah. It used to be over there in Westbury, but they changed that up. Remember the drive-in? They used to be in
they converted
the whole lot. They kept the movie theater. Half of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Half of it is a United
Artists or a legal theater, and the other half is DJ.
Yeah.
And then the surrounding.
I don't know what they did with the surrounding pieces.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy. Yeah, that's funny. I've been looking out the window and stuff. Living here in Florida is it's hot. That's number one. Number two, you see all types of creatures in random places here in Central Florida. And right before I started the show, I had my blinds open and my roof, has there's an overhang where we would come out our doors and stuff like that. So I'm loading the show up or whatever I was doing with the show. Look up, like something's in there. Looking out my window, right there on the little ledge is freaking Rocket Raccoon. That motherfucker was big enough to be Rocket Raccoon. It was a big ass raccoon. I'm like, I was waiting for him to jump on his hind legs and pull out some sort of weapon. I was like, yo, what are you? I'm like, how'd you get up there? That's the first thing I'm thinking. I mean, obviously they climbed, but I was just like, why are you on that ledge? Like, are you trying to end it all? Yeah, something. I don't know. I won't be talking you down. Sorry. I'll be like, look, I won't be talking them down. But, yeah, I'm like, yo, you a big ass raccoon. You look like you should have a machine gun in your hand. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, it's just weird, man. I'm like, get off my roof, dude. Like, what's going on? I'm like, what can you possibly find up here on the roof? That's food. That's all they're looking for is food for themselves, whatever. But garbage, is closed up, so they can't get it in. I have all this stuff on time. I got like Rocket Raccoon tails. I think I'll publish that to YouTube. It's the same goddamn raccoon too. I think I'm gonna publish that to the internet so people can make this. It's the same one. It pops up in a few minutes. But I saw they're doing that. But I just wanted to bring that up. Florida down here, man, it's just too damn hot. That's why I gotta move. I gotta get out of here. It's boiling all the time. Wow. What'd you say?
I'm not down there. I be looking like burnt toast down there.
It's too hot, bro. Like this is the worst season to be in Florida.
You can't even leave. You can't even go to the beach.
Yeah, that's true. They do it anyway. They don't listen. We are Americans. We will not be told we will not be this. We will not be. I'm like, shut up. You will not be living. You know what I'm saying? If you keep going like this, it's like, yeah, it's exhausting. That's why I don't talk about it. We're talking about politics. It's exhausting. The Walking Dead you mentioned earlier, Kev. The Walking Dead panel, that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. There were a few of them.
And
I mean, the
Walking Dead was good too.
Yeah, the Walking Dead one was good as well. I mean, they got some stuff coming. They got some stuff coming. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But you know, other than that, man, I don't know. That's pretty much. I'm looking down the list. That's pretty much.
Oh no, and you
we forgot about also Lovecraft Country.
That's coming up in next month.
Next month. What's coming up?
Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah,
the TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's coming. There's a couple things coming out, TV wise. Let's see. Well, you know, stuff that's coming straight to streaming. We'll call it that. Let's see. Netflix shows that's been released in August. Let's see.
Looking for that. Those of you that
are listening or in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I posted the links in the YouTube chat of the Comic-Con for all the days.
You can click on that. You can go and check that out at your leisure.
Yeah, definitely. Go check those out.
I also sent my wife made an article as well.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, those. You know, like I said, those panels are funny, man. You have a ball. You have a ball watching that. I know the Umbrella Academy is coming back now. Doesn't that come out the end of this month? Season 2?
It's already. I think it already started.
Didn't it?
I thought it was the end of the month, but maybe it did. Oh, yeah. It did.
No, because
it already started because they're on season 2, right?
Well, they're on season 2, yeah. I mean, season 2 was supposed to start. I thought it was like the end of the month.
No. It started already. Because I've never seen the Umbrella Academy.
Whatever the name is, I haven't seen it.
I just started watching it on Sunday. I'm on episode 6 of season 1. And season 2 is
okay. Oh, so you already see season 2? You can see it there already?
Yeah, it shows
it shows both seasons.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'll check right now.
I'm on a certain day.
Yeah, that Umbrella Academy is pretty good, man. I like what they do with that. I'm glad they bringing them back, but
it took a little bit for me to actually get into it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's different though. Yeah, different. And it really heats up. Well, you're at episode 6, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Started heating up.
Oh, they're heating up, man. My man, number 5. That's my dude.
Starts this Friday.
Friday. There you go. It is in a month. As we know, the boys are obviously had got reduced to season 2. The season 2 is coming out in September, but they've already been renewed for season 3. And that's another thing, Kev. Not Kev. Ralph. With so the show The Boys, obviously all of those characters, they're kind of like parodies of, characters. Like, the Homelander, is kind of like Superman. You know what I mean? They have the same type of powers. Yeah, right. And they call themselves the Seven. It's always 7 of them. They market themselves as 7. There's 7 superheroes. you have a girl, you got one that kind of looks like Wonder Woman, dressed the same way, like a warrior. No, she's not really a warrior, but you look at her and you just say, oh, that's Wonder Woman. Yeah, then they got a underwater dude that you can call him Aquaman. So, but yeah, that season 2, season 3 has been already renewed. So that's the boys. I actually ordered some.
When they're going to start shooting.
Yeah, it's true. I ordered some free swag from the boys. They had a contest or something going on, and I don't know if I want that. If I look at my door in a few days, and the jersey, there's like a not jersey but a T-shirt that it says "and suits." That's the boy. So you know what? I have to say this though. I got to get somebody from that show on here. I have the age-old question that nobody cares to bring up. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when I first watched The Boys, I was a little disappointed that none of them had powers. And I was just like, yo, why don't these cats just, pull their head off or something, I know Homelander was toying with dudes, but I'm just like, boy, these dudes are so quick. You got to be badass to try to come up against, badass superpowered person. So, no. You got to be badass, though. So, before we end the show, we definitely want to take time and remember some of the people in the acting entertainment world that we lost just recently. And let's see, shoot, where do I start?
And Tanner's going to hold for a comment as well.
But okay, yeah, we'll bring Tanner on before we show. We have John. Who do we start with? Should we start with John Saxon? And John Saxon,
John, man.
Yeah,
start with John.
Into the Dragon, yeah. Into the oh, come on, Cam. They're all important.
Because he's Nancy's father. That's why.
John Saxon is my man.
Because he's Nancy's father.
He's Nancy's father. That's why it is. And I forgot which Nightmare. One of those Nightmare on Elm Street. He made the
first one.
Right.
He's in the first one. I think he's also
in the fourth one.
And
he's in the Dream Warriors, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He made a cameo in the Dream Warriors. He made a cameo in that. He's already dead.
Wasn't he also in A New Nightmare? Didn't he have a cameo in that also?
I think so. Yeah, so John Saxon, we know him obviously from the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, Into the Dragon. He passed away. What day was this when he passed? A couple days ago. And yeah, so we obviously, prayers up for the family and condolences sent. Who else are we losing?
Man, that's
the last few days.
I just want to say this about John Saxon.
John Saxon is
one of the dudes that really influenced me with my gear game.
As far as how he was
into the Dragon. I don't know. That scene with him, getting all the suitcases and just the way he was dressed.
That kind of gave
that kind of like inspired me to make sure my gear game was always right.
Don't gamble.
Don't gamble. It's not worth it.
Yeah, man, that was my dude, man. He's a good actor too. Who else? What other actors we lost in the last few days?
Olivia de Havilland. We lost yesterday. 104 years old.
104 years old, yeah. I mean, she was blessed to live free in a century, over a century, really. That's just mind-blowing, honestly. The things that woman has seen. Coming from where she come from to 104. So definitely blessings. Shout out to her family. Send the blessings over there. To, you know, and condolences from family over here. But that's amazing. If somebody lived that long.
Yeah.
And then there was somebody else too. You know, it was always threes. And another one.
No, it was 4 this weekend. 4.
It was 4. Oh my God.
Yeah. The gentleman that was the leader of Fleetwood Mac, he passed away.
Yeah. Yeah, he was one of the co-founders, I think, of that too. Yeah. And who else?
Regis.
And Regis. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, we got that final answer earlier. I was like, yeah, that's a little segue. Final answer. All right. Regis, I think I've never, you know, I don't do like the gossip world and stuff like that, but in any level, on any platform, I swear, man, I never heard anybody say anything bad about it.
Nope. Not one.
Not one thing. Not one person. Not one thing. And, you know, that's crazy, man. That's just crazy. I still remember, I mean, it wasn't him that said it, but it was on his watch, which I thought was really cool, when the dude was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He makes it to the million and he uses his phone a friend or whatever. He calls his father and he's like, "Hey Dad, I'm not in any real trouble. I don't really need your help. I already know the answer. But I just wanted to let you know I'm about to win the $1 million." That was just boss shit right there. That was a boss move. He said, "Yo, Dad, hey Dad, don't really need your help, but just want to let you know I'm about to win the $1 million. Goodbye." I'm like, wow, I've never seen that done before. Regis was like, whoa, everybody was kind of thinking, I don't know, okay. And he had to drag on. He had made it like almost to the $1 million, and he hadn't really used any lifeline. It was almost like on some use them or lose them type shit. You know. So, yeah, rest in peace to all of the people that we lost this month. It's just dealing with all of this stuff right now is really tough. I mean, people dealing with that is tough anyway, but dealing with it with these capacities in the middle of the pandemic, like that's not something people want to be dealing with. You know, it's just too much. Man. So we wish some families hope those worship well, most definitely.
Yeah.
Issue condolences about real talk to the family of all of the people who have fallen parts of this month, this week. So, I don't want to end the show on a bad note.
It's been a rough year. That's all I can say. It's been a rough year.
Well, I tell you, the year ain't even over. I'm just hoping I make it to October 2nd when I'm supposed to graduate. I already got it in my head. I've already made peace with. I'm probably not gonna walk, and it's something, you know. I'm graduating college, and I'm like, yo, it's basically like a 20-year bucket list I'm checking off.
Do you feel like you're being robbed?
I do. But I've already made peace with it, because what are you going to do? You know what I mean? They're not going to open up no auditorium. My school does have the capability of doing it outside, but we're in Florida, you know, so I graduated in October, so it actually would be nice outside. It won't be too hot. So maybe, you never know. It's still a little bit down the line. So we'll see. And actually, we're coming into August soon, and 2 months from there. So it's almost 2 months away. I'm thinking about having a virtual graduation party.
Zoom party.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. Yeah, Zoom party. Set up a Zoom room. The Zoom room instead of Raise Boom Boom. I'm like, yeah, Raise Zoom room and invite a bunch of people over, you know, into the call, and we go from there, because I'm definitely gonna celebrate, but you know, I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I've already made my peace. Well, I'm gonna graduate. I'm not gonna have a chance to walk. But my school, actually, shout out to Full Sail University. My school will give you opportunity to walk in another graduation, like once they get rolling again. Let's just say, for whatever reason, miraculously, everything was cured tomorrow. Everybody goes back a week later. Now, let's just say it's a week. It's the day after I couldn't, or just, you know, it's the day after that I couldn't go walk. You know, and they go back to school. They say, hey, the next graduation you can come walk. So shout out to them. That's a good look. I got my cap and gown. I got all that stuff already. I'm ready to rock. Ready to rock. I'm the shit. If I gotta walk up and down these damn stairs and take a picture with Rocket Raccoon that's on my roof, I'm celebrating. Goddamn it. I'm gonna do that, you know, and that's it. But everybody, social distancing. So we're social distancing. It's tough to. I can't invite former coworkers or anything like that. You know, it's dangerous right now. Shit is real down here. So, you know, like, yo, I don't want you to bring that Rona to my life. We're gonna keep it virtual. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Tanner, who's on the line over here on Blog Talk. We're gonna get Tanner on, and then we'll end the show. Yeah, one and only Tanner, the very patient. Joseph Tanner, you're on with Real Talk. Hey, Joseph.
Hey there, Mr. Director, Ralph, and Kevin. Forgive me, I know you mentioned some of the celebrities that are already dead, but there's 2 others you should add to the list of dead celebrities. One of them, Harold Ramis, director of Caddyshack, who appeared in Stripes, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and Groundhog Day with his Ghostbusters and Stripes co-star Billy Murray, and also like to mention a while back, Ralph, on Dollhouse Radio on Hot Sugar Tea when India wasn't there, the passing of one of the members of the British comedy group Mighty Python's own Terry Jones. If you all are not familiar with Mighty Python, they're known for their silly songs, silly sketches, and disturbing animation. Even one Terry Chapman, when someone gets there, he says, "What? Stop it! It's silly." It started out as a nice sketch about gangs of old ladies detecting senseless young men, but now it's gone silly. Because of the fact that it features gags of keep left signs. Like, what? Gangs of keep left signs? What the fuck? Keep left. To also the crazy other sketches, including where Terry Jones played Crazy Knight in Mighty Python and the Holy Grail, or Bedamu, who ends up, when the people caught what they believe is a witch, they had to prove whether or not she's a witch by seeing if she weighed more than a duck. Like, what? What the fuck? Weigh more than a duck? Wait, the fuck are you talking about? And she ended up weighing more than a duck and took her away. And I was like, yay. To other crazy characters, like one of the upper class twits. Anyway, he passed away along with Harold Ramis and also Ralph. This concerns a topic you mentioned in Real Talk a while back about Johnny Depp, and y'all can answer after I spoke about it. Johnny Depp playing the Joker, and nothing personal, but I just can't quite. I'm kind of tired of the same old Batman villains. Not that I don't like them, they're good villains. The Joker, Catwoman, the Riddler, the Penguin, and Two-Face, and Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy, but I like to see some of the other Batman villains get there.
Who would you like to see they haven't already done on the screen?
Well, even though they featured him in Suicide Squad, I would like to see Killer Croc, or better yet, the Clayfaces. If you're not familiar with the Clayface gang or the Clayfaces, there's one animated episode, 2-part episode. If you can find it and watch it, one of them, the episode was entitled Feet of Clay. It introduced Matt Hagen, who
Killer Croc.
You know they had Killer Croc in Suicide Squad, right?
Yes, I know that. I know they had him in Suicide, but I like to see him in the Batman movie going up against Batman, even having crocodiles at his side, or the Clayface gang. And I know this character's own. When you think of this character, you normally think of Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, but the reason I chose this because this guy, they featured in the animated series Mad as a Hatter, Jervis Tetch, who unfortunately, believing he is the Mad Hatter, ends up dressing up like him and controlling people's minds with cards in the form of the 10/6 that you would find in the Mad Hatter's hat, who ends up using them to control people's brains.
That might be interesting. Clayface might be interested in having a Batman movie.
Yes, but also I did mention Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter. I know when you all hear me mention the Mad Hatter, you normally think of Alice in Wonderland, but there is one he is part of the Batman villain rogues gallery, or as it relates to Jervis Tetch, who believes he is the Mad Hatter, that he ends up dressing like him and ends up controlling people's minds with those cards in this 10/6 formation. If you're not sure, catch the first animated episode featuring him, Mad as a Hatter, if you can find it, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. Or I know this might sound silly, but they featured Temple Fugit in the animated series, also known as the Clock King. Any one of them, or any female villain they haven't featured. Hell, I don't even mind if they got someone else to play Dr. Pamela Lillian Isley, Poison Ivy again, since I know some of you didn't quite agreed with Uma Thurman's version. That's why I'm saying anyone, if they can find someone with red hair who can play that role, I'm all in for it. Or better yet, that other villain, which is kind of disturbing, ventriloquist and his gangster puppet, Scarface. You might remember him from an animated episode titled Read My Lips, which is really the separate mind of Arnold West, who he ends up calling Dummy. Like I said, anyone or Dr. Kurt Langstorm, the Man Bat. I know that
Well, I like
the idea of Crazy. I think he could do a bunch of different things.
That's good. I like that one.
Okay.
What happened?
Hello?
Did the call?
Joseph, did we lose you? I think we lost Joseph. Oh, Joseph's still there. Wes,
we lost Wes. No, we can't hear you, Wes.
You can hear me now.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, we basically Batman film. But the Riddler, I was asked about the Riddler. Would you want to see? Is it time to see the Riddler again?
maybe not.
I say yeah. But I mean, I don't even think who you would get to even play the guy.
Were they trying to? Were they trying to get Johnny Depp to play the Riddler? Is that what they were trying to get him to play?
No, they wanted Johnny Depp to play Joker.
Another joke? Like, come on. That's probably why he said what he said. It's too many. How many times you gonna do that over?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can see him saying, "Let's get him to play the Riddler." You want to go ahead and get somebody, to play the Riddler. He's short. Like, the Riddler was kind of like shorter than, he wasn't that short, but I mean, he could do it. I think he could pull it off.
What's the Batman that was a time expert? Like, he could predict your moves, how long it took you to throw a punch, to jump, everything. He could time. He was really good at time. Who was that guy?
I'm not sure.
I remember that from Batman cartoon. There was one episode where he was taking this guy, and the guy could like time how long it took Batman to do anything. He was so time obsessed. And I remember the last scene was that Batman broke this guy's watch, and he just had this. It just showed he was like, that's what it was. He beat him, but in the end he destroys the watch.
It probably was something like, I don't know, at least something like Time Master or something like that. They came with some Batman villain names. Some of them were pretty self-explanatory. Like the Riddler. No, I must have find out who that is. I'm not sure offhand who that is. But that seems like a pretty interesting villain to have. Don't forget. So, anywho, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap the show up. I want to thank Joseph for calling in and giving his insight, and everyone else that joined us in the chat rooms and so forth. Thanks, Nikita, for jumping in later. Better late than never. That's good. Come back and check us out next Sunday when we do the director's cut, and then we'll back around on Monday with Real Talk. Like I said, I want to keep promoting that we will be doing a couple of shows to look forward to coming up. We got, we're going to be doing, we got to put together that show about the remake. I think that'll be a fun show. We really put some thought to it. Another thing that we got, that I definitely got on the pipeline, coming out of the pipeline, is we're going to do a show dedicated to the female directors and producers. Focusing on directors, but yeah, we're going to bring producers. But the female director is really starting to finally get the recognition that they're doing they've been doing some quality work for a while. They're doing quality work. So they need to get that recognition, and I want to bring that to the table and see what we come up with. And we'll do like a nice panel discussion and get some female directors on that then just talk with us. We can talk a little bit about the struggle, being a female director and getting your stuff put out there. We'll talk about a few things. We'll get together and plan the show like the right way, like we do the show, and then we'll come back and we'll get that going. And I'm trying to get Zack out of y'all. I don't care if I get with the door slammed in my face 100 times.
Just call his publicist. I'm sure you can do
I
that.
am. I'm at the publicist. I want to get Zack on here to like, yo, bro. That would be great. So that's it. We got a couple other people coming up. So we're going to say goodbye on both platforms, not just Blog Talk.
I have one question though, because we're still looking for that female co-host for this show. Right. So I have a trivia question, and I guess I posed it to two of you. Since you guys are the comic book guys. I was looking at TV the other day, right? Just if you're up to date. Chris Evans, how many classic Marvel one-liners sayings has Chris Evans actually said in the Marvel movie? He said three classic lines that he actually says. Right. Three very famous ones for the comic. What are the three sayings that he has actually said?
from the comic books.
Yep.
So it's got to be a Captain America line at each one. Well, he said Avengers Assemble.
That's one.
That's definitely one. After like 20 movies, he finally says Avengers Assemble. Let's see. What else? Flame On.
Yeah, that's two.
Yeah, that's true. There's one more you said.
Okay. And then,
I can do this all day.
I can do this. No.
Because it's kind of
like a trick question.
That is a line that he says.
It is, but that's not
the one I was going for. It's kind of a trick question.
Oh, that was a trick question. Okay, so he says, I was gonna say we don't trade lives, but I don't think that's going to trade lives. I can't think of the third one.
What about you, Kat? You got an idea?
Nah, I give up.
It's clobbering
time.
Oh, he says that in Fantastic Four?
Yep. They had him on HBO the other day, and I don't know why. It's like, those are like pretty,
I guess like the signature lines of the characters themselves. But he said that in the movie. He actually says that. So he said that when he said, obviously, torches. Torches in Avengers Assemble. Like, wow.
Joseph Tanner put in there that the Clock King was the name of that villain he was looking for.
Oh, the Clock King.
The Clock King.
Okay. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Clock King, yeah. I didn't see Clover. I wouldn't. I guess Clover talking. I'm thinking about his own catchphrases. But he ended up saying the thing's catchphrase. Clover. Oh man, yeah, that's cool then. So we'll, like I said, man, everybody. That was a tough one.
We should have.
We had movie night one night.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. We're still gonna be looking for the female co-host, which would be good. I've been kind of vetting Gina Lou. Shout out to Gina Lou. She's been coming on the director's cut, and just slowing it down with us. But yeah, we're still looking for a female host. That would be cool. Being a female host, you're not afraid to talk first, or you can't be afraid to talk on camera. That's first thing you can't be afraid to do. Put yourself out there and don't be scared. Don't be scared. Ain't no big deal. It's just millions of people out there in the internet. So we'll get back to that anyway. Thanks again, Dollhouse Radio, Andy Morel. Thanks for Joseph Tanner. Anybody else that came into the chat room today. Of course, my Jedi Council. All of y'all out there, we're gonna say goodbye on the live before I do my outro song because I don't want to get shut down on the live. So peace to everybody out there, YouTube and